name is Deborah McLaren, and I own a business called Ancient Indian Spices. It's kind of an accidental business. When my son was younger, my husband, who's from South India, made a lot of Indian food and spices. And so for fundraisers with his school and circus school, we would sell our spices and donate the profits to the nonprofits. It was an accident because we really didn't set out to start to have a business, a spice business. My background is actually in sustainable tourism. And so having this whole spice business was very new to me, and my husband was the one that actually made the spices and cooked a lot of stuff at home. So I had to learn how to make them, and we use authentic recipes that have been handed down in generations in India. But people just like them, and so it's been growing. We're also a social mission-driven business. So we started out helping raise money for our nonprofits, and so part of our profits now go to support small farmers. Part of it is that my son and I had been to India to meet some small farmers. We've gone back and forth. He was born there too. And we met small farmers in southern India and visited their villages. We saw how they live. It's a very difficult life, but also working in sustainable development. I've always been very interested in food security, farmers and growing food and how we're gonna feed our planet. And so after years of drought in India, farmers were committing suicide, so small farmers. And so we just felt like that was a really important thing to do, was support small farmers. And we try to buy from small farmers here to support them, and part of our sales go to farmers in India. So we want to complete the circle of supporting small farmers everywhere. Well, a lot of grocery store spices are dehydrated, and then they're mixed together to make different seasonings. And ours are basically whole spices that we get and pan roast, and then we have spice grinders. We put them through and make the mixes. My son oversees production, and he's our spice maker. He's been doing it since he was 5.
So basically what we do is we get our spices whole, and then so when we pan roast the spices, it releases a fragrance and oil that basically makes our product superior to grocery store spices, which are naturally dehydrated, and what that does is lower the quality of the overall spice. So basically you're getting a product which is premium. I grew up with Indian cooking in our house. I learned from my dad. He's from southern India. Then we've been making curries since I was about 5 or 6, and then I've always been a sous chef in the kitchen, and then I graduated to chef. So I love when we have a final product, and then so we put all the spices whole, and then we get them all ground up, and it's amazing to me when you have when you're at the final and you get to mix all the spices in. It just creates a really wide variety of color, and it's just absolutely sensational.
There's all kinds of reds and yellows, and you put in the ground spices in a big pile, and you can make designs in them. We just put a lot of love into them. They're beautiful.